Oh, yeah, let's do it to it. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. Call to the Pen HQ with your host, the big man. Call to the Pen HQ, part of the Hammer Betting Network. Got a smile on my face. Check this one out first. Make sure, before we forget, program note this Thursday, 10 a.m., our man, the Chief El Jefe, Rob P., the Pizza Man, will be participating in the World Putting League, playing himself, competing live with other professional putting pros. Check that out on the Hammer HQ. I didn't want to forget it. I'm going to keep hammering that. We're going to make sure we cheer on, Big Rob. All right, let's go, man. Oh, boy. Check out the comment stream. I think it says all you need to know. Regulars up in the piece. Stevie Dubs, Mike K. What's up, everyone? Greetings, salutations. We are not going to waste any time today. We got a lot of work to do. We got more games than I had rooms in my cell on my sheet because we got double headers, but I am going to be skipping those early ones, right? We're making the show. We're tailoring it to the late stuff. If you want the early stuff, well, you're probably a sick degenerate. Then you can follow me on Twitter at John Legeza, the Bird app, yo. And that pinned tweet will take you to Sharpener. There's a free link right now to a Google Doc where we're bringing you every single thing you could possibly imagine. It's absolutely bananas. I swear to God, there's quite literally nothing like it. I've worked at premium sites behind the paywall. And, this is my personal war room I bring to you, right? You get the advanced starting pitcher matrix. The reason I mention it, you go bring it up right now in real time. Follow along with us. All the compartmentalized, conditionally formatted stuff. I scrape all this goodness. Starting pitcher ranks, daily implied team totals, F5 algo scores, full game algo scores. Just all that in the bag of chips with some bets. Up a couple percentage points on the year, but I can't really worry about results. Let's just do the thing that we do, me and you, the Call to the Pen crew. Everyone, oh my goodness. Okay, again, just quick note, if you're into following along, because the show does move really fast, we're going to be covering every single game, right, minus those two. I use the MLB app because if you use betting apps, they skip games because if a pitcher's not listed. So I go to the baseball app because everything is official, right? Legitimate starters, official probables and stuff. But I'm also like a Yankee fan. I have it starred, so they're up front. And if I try and mix it back in, things get messed up. And doubleheaders also can get mixed up also. So I'm starting with Rays and Reds. And if you go to the app, then you could follow along there. Sorry, Jay Bird on the ones and twos. Doubleheader games, the scheduling can get messed up. But I have to be particular. A lesson here for all you out there. The people who've been hanging around and kind of getting into the work and building off their own. One of the things that's really important, how about this? Get the data right. Yeah. And one of the ways to do this is to be very regimented in your process, right? There's a lesson for betting. We don't control the outcomes. We don't throw the ball or swing the bat, but we do control our work ethic, right? The gusto, right? What we bring else, the passion, the love, the patience, being organized, right? And hopefully partially sober. Oh man, don't hold me to that last one. Things getting crazy right here. I got two young kids, man. Who can blame me? All right, let's dive into the games, man. It's Rays and Reds. I just love all you people out there. All the regs in there. Jeremy and Nick. It's just everybody. OPMG. Let's get it, everyone. Creeping up slowly. Doing the thing. I like to think of my betting account as that yodeler and Price is Right. I know you want to shoot up to the top. You're going to have to go somewhere else for that. I'm really showing people as much about how to lose as it is about how to win. Let's get it. It's the Flatfish of Florida, those Rays. Taj Mahal Bradley in Cincinnati against my boy, Paisan Nick Lodolo. Lodolo's looked really good so far this year. Bradley had the strong start, lots of Ks, couple runs. Tough sledding throwing him into Cincinnati. I really like the F5 team total right off the bat. Remember, this is one of the things I mention to people. If you want like a cheat sheet, look for Colorado, look for Cincinnati, and smash those totals. I literally can't print them fast enough. That line moved to 2.5. So to give you an idea, even if you like Bradley, you got to keep an eye on the environment in Cincinnati. It's a joke, right? I mean, it's a joke, right? Kevin Newman's homering every other game there. I think is that pretty much all we need to know? It's probably all we need to know. Again, you got to be careful with Bradley's stats. They're there for you if you want on the sheet. More into Lodolo. Check it out. Last 120 innings, 3.44 ERA, 1.27 WHIP, a 7.19 OPS. Run indicator results nice and low. Sierra 3.21, PFIP 3.56. The 30.5K to 8.7 walk is really, that's what we're looking at with Lodolo, right? It's a disciplinary basket. The first strike rate off the page, 64.5, 31.5 whiff, 83 end zone contact. So he can win outside the zone on the edges, but also keeps the ball down 46% of the time. 28 hard hit is 1 home run per 9 in a sub 300 x WOBA. Love me some Nick Lodolo. Yeah, it's weird. We're almost getting to the point in Cincinnati where, when I tell you to throw away pitching stats in Colorado, you're almost to the point where you throw away the hitting stats in Cincinnati. Bring up that Cincinnati line. How did we not get on? If Cincinnati's a dog, I think we're going to let's get a dime piece on them. Are they a dog? We get them at even money? All right, at least 105. So let's go with a dime piece. So that's going to be 1/10 of a unit. You know what? No, yeah, it's a big slate. I'm sorry. Let's do 1/10 of a unit. Sorry, people. Remember, part of this game is being malleable, but also being very disciplined, right? So it's like be strict, but be floppy, right? Wave, but don't break, right? Bend, but don't break, I guess. So whenever I have that itch that I'm like, always aim low. You can always bet more. I want to keep our risk around 1.5 units. Remember, 1 unit equals 1% of stack. The stuff that you get here, Lodolo is dominating right now. Yeah, I get Bradley look good, and I get the Rays look really good, though they're starting to look a bit more human. Right, last 7 days, you can get that on the sheet as well. 810 OPS, yeah, is good, but 36% O swing, 85 zone contact, right? These are not the things that really jive against Lodolo. So let's get close to even money on the F5. Again, we don't want to bet on the Reds have to beat Tampa with the disparity in the bullpen. Though I like Alexis Diaz. That's about it. Lucas Sims will be back soon. So first bet on those Reds. Again, Reds pretty good last 7, 347 team OBP, 11% walk, 28 O swing. They're making contact. They're not barreling the ball. It's not really a power team. But right now, this is a BABIP world that we live in. So first bet on the board, give me those Reds through 5. We've actually done pretty well in these F5 dogs. Again, if there's one pitcher I trust for 15 outs, it's got to be Nick Lodolo. All right, next up, San Francisco treats those Giants, Los Gigantes, going to Florida to meet the Marlins. It's Alex Wood and Edward Cabrera. Oh, my gosh, man. There's lessons upon lessons when you hang here with me. Because, again, I'm so willing to take my losses. And I do a lot of fantasy stuff, but I believe the science of baseball is in fantasy world, all the nerds, of which I'm one of. But what happens is all the analysis can help, illuminate, right, your assertions, which it should, right? That's the point of doing analysis. But we got to be careful not to marry those. And it happens so long, the offseason in baseball, that it's easy to really get into these guys, and then it's hard to break away. Let's check it out with Cabrera. Last 83 and a third. Again, I have pitching stats go back to 2022 on the sheet. You always want more data greater than side less, and I'll try and bring you some of the more recent stuff. 83 innings, 3.24 ERA, 1.2 whip, 6.36 OPS. Indicators, depends who you ask, deserve the ERA at 3.3, PFIP 3.3, Sierra 4.5, same for XFIP. 24% K is good, but the 13.5 walk is really bad. Keep that in mind. That number's just through the roof right now. Again, and we were having this conversation, again, off air and on air with you, my people, mi gente, mi familia. When do we make the pivot from 2022 stats to just 2023? And again, this is why, right? You look at Cabrera, the things that I liked. He had all the swing and miss, 32% hard hit rate, keeping the ball in the yard to go with that strikeout stuff. Problem is, zooming in this year, like how much rope you're going to give him. 11 2/3. He has a 2 whip, 14 walks, and 11 2/3. 7.4 Sierra. The fastball stuff is really good, but he has a negative K minus walk, right? That's just not going to play. That'll basically be that's the kind of thing that'll get you demoted, right? So, what are we going to get from Cabrera? I tend to like him and usually think things return to the mean, which is why we like to use bigger stats. But right now, he is really, really struggling with his control. Major problem. Let's look at the offense really quick. And then Wood, I'm sorry, I should have just did Wood real quick. He is just like Mr. Vanilla. It's always the same. You always expect to get pretty good production from him. You've gotten it so far. 8 Ks through 7 2/3. 1 earned, but 5 walks. He's also a little bit of concern with control. But sometimes I feel like I like Wood with the experience. Like, check it out. See, if he falls behind, he'll just walk you because he knows his control is so good, but it's also so bad when he wants it. No home runs yet. Again, the chase rate not there, the walk rate not there for Wood. I'm a little worried about both of these guys. Nick Johnson saying Cabrera will turn it around. I do tend to agree with you again, right? Well, I want to bet on the talent. That's what I do, especially when it's like swing and miss pitching talent. That's what we want. But I'm not really buying what either of these guys are selling right now. Just looking at the algo is like screaming. But see, again, well, let's not screaming, right? Sometimes we see it, and I generally, again, I have a key, right? You look for a full run over the mark. However, when we're talking about game totals, bring up the F5 game totals, please, Jaybird. You have to look at this individually, right? So the reason we like this one, and we're going to, oh, come on with the juice, yo. This one I posted earlier. I think I'm partly responsible for this one. Sorry, we're going to leave this one, but just to finish it out, I did have over 4. We were getting it at -110, -115. It's now at -130. I just can't recommend that kind of juice for a total. I don't do that. If you don't care, I do have it as a win if it means anything to you. But we love that 04 because, again, I have both teams graded over a 2. So remember, that 2 is not exact. That 2 is it's hard to describe some median, right? But it's almost like you make a cannon, that ray you're hoping it hit the center, right? But there's an error bar there. But when they're both over 2 and you get the F504, I tend to really smash those. But now that it's 4.5, I don't think I'd go there because that's exactly what I got. I don't know if we got 3-2. I think we got 2-2. So the thing I might be looking at here is those F5 team totals, actually. They were both posted at 1.5, which is funny. I didn't go after the 2 1.5s juiced up. Why go after 2 1.5s juiced up when we can go after one single play? I think I moved this market. Sorry, everybody. Neither one of these offenses is really good enough to just go flat out bet on. Yikes. They strike out way too much, both of these teams. Giants bottom 3 in a year, 27.5K. Marlins not far behind, 24K. They only walk 7% of the time. 4% walk rate last 7 for the Marlins, 315 OBP. Same for the Giants, 317. 10% barrel rate. We've talked about that. The Giants are kind of doing the sellout for power thing. So they're a pop for those team totals because they're a home run team. So, yeah, we got one bet in the bag and one bet on the corner room floor. Let's move it up. I could spend an hour on any of these games. It's the Halos. Jose Suarez, another guy I really liked coming in. Bit of a struggle so far. Going to meet the New York Yankees, the Bronx Bombers, those pinstripers. I've been known to love the Highlanders. Look at Suarez back to last year, 117 innings, 4.45 ERA, 1.32 WHIP. However, the PFIP at 3.6, the walk rate at 6, first strike rate 61, O-swing north of 37, 42 ground ball, 29 hard hit, 302 ex-WOBA, right, as I kind of walk you through our tapestry, right? The reason that I love to share the data with you to help people understand. Yeah, Fire Sports on the over here. Me too. I think we're going to get some scoring. So that was Suarez, who I really liked, but he's really struggled. And then now you have to ask yourself, right, what is the truth, right? Where are we going to get? Now, I tend to think these things do correct, but we're talking about 15 outs here against the Yankees, right? So again, let's not be confused between, do we think Jose Suarez is the pitcher that, the grand sample says? And my intuition says, yeah, most likely, yes. But does that mean he corrects in the next 15 outs? The answer to that is no. 8 1/3 so far from Suarez, 10.8 ERA, 2.3 WHIP. 18 hits and a walk through 8 1/3. Yikes, 5.6 expected ERA. The CSW at 20. I mean, this is just like a different pitcher, right? That's just not what we expect at all. Again, will it correct? I think so. Will it correct today? I'm not so sure. BABIP through the roof. He is getting chased, but the contact is way too high. And you're going to struggle when you pitch a contact against these Yankees. Top 5 in hard hit, 43%. Top 3 in barrel, 11.5. 333 expected WOBA against righties. That's very good, right? 26 home runs. Also 9% barrel last 6, even though the Yankees have struggled this week. Stanton down. I think Cabrera up. I tend to like the backups on the Yankees. I think the Yankees are actually pretty deep on offense. So I wouldn't be looking to pitch a contact here. I think Suarez may be in some trouble. Same to be said for my boy Clark Schmidt. Yikes, it's been a rough go. Last 68 innings, 3.95 ERA, 1.32 WHIP. Those are starting to get spoiled by this year. It's been really, really rough. All the indicators have now cracked north of 4. K-minus walk at 13.5. The first strike rate is too low at 55. Contact rate creeping up into the high 80s. He does keep the ball down, but lefties are just absolutely destroying him. Clark Schmidt against lefties in that time frame. 922 OPS. 11.5 walk, 1.6 home runs per 9. Going to have these split data. You can go get it. DDB, good mowing, baby. Yes, this was plus money this morning. Listen, Again, you have to understand, and this is why I'm charging 24.5 cents a day for the true degenerates that understand the profit models. That I print some of the best plays we print in the morning. I'm printing the algo scores. Like smart people are betting these and markets are moving. And people who generate their own work. So like people who work on sites are using our work and generating work on their own sites. And like, we're affecting markets right now. We're picking up heat. And remember, it's not about the unit totals because it's about the work being done. It's about the CLV. People that let us know right now is a perfect time. CLV challenge from the big mouth, me. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe. Challenge me. If you find a bet that goes against us, I'll send you a number Vlad Guerrero card, Acuna card, if you like. I got Juan Soto also. Take your pick. Soto, Acuna, Guerrero. Those are my 3 personal collections. I'm going into the personal collection. Again, right out of my own pocket. Don't care. Get at me. Come at my throat, yo. I hold up the scrutiny. Win or lose. Clark Schmidt has been a really rough go so far this year. 10 2/3, 8.4 ERA, 197 whip. What? 16 hits and 5 walks, 11 Ks through 10 2/3, 8.88 expected ERA. Stuff plus in the fastball looking pretty good. I just added that to the sheets. Hat tip to my boy Eno Saris. The CSW too low. The BABIP was too high. The hard hit rate of 59.5%. Think about that. 13.5 barrel, 2.5 home run per 9. He's really having trouble spotting. Gosh, it's been a really, really, really rough go. So when you hear people struggling against lefties, who are we looking at? The GOAT, Tani. Chalk it up. Let's get those total bases on the board. Way we rock around here, plus money total bases, we'll go with the dime piece. Always betting a dime depending because I've been getting into more robust tickets, meaning rather than have to choose our favorite 3. Wait, don't do that. I do that all the time. And that's maybe at the center of the losing I've done, by the way, to be more honest, more transparent as always. Let's lock in this bet first. Again, I don't, me being fully transparent right on that note, taking the second best line for everybody. But you can get 120 right now if you're using BetStamp, betstamp.app / call to the pen. Why not shop around? Mama said shop around, but if you don't want to appeal to authority, why don't you just use your head? Go in your wallet, right? Put your money first. Take the best price. So let's lock in Ohtani. Let's get the plus 120 because I know I got that this morning, so I'm really not shy about it. So we're going to go Ohtani. Doing his thing against righty so far, 273 batting average. OPS up near 800, but he's doing the thing. So anytime you get your hands on Ohtani and hitting, I really would rather look at bigger splits. I ran these DDB. Right. Oh, that was the Angel. I'm sorry. Who else did I see? Brian Rose, good morning. Big John and Japerd and crew. What's up, everybody? Random Q. Is Chief Wahoo the Cleveland logo sheet still intentional? Oh, whoopsie. Uh-oh. Sorry. I got caught on that one. Lots of data, lots of sheets. Maybe that one was supposed to stay on the personal sheet. Again, I really like old school logos. I guess I should change it. I don't want to upset anybody. That's never that I swear is never my intention. I really don't care about that stuff. I'll get you to make fun of you. But yeah, I guess that would slip through Chief Wahoo. Sorry about that. Let's go next up. So we have Ohtani on the board. Again, I think this one could go over that 5. Angels F5 team total, if that was still at 1.5, that's live. But let's move it on. It's Baltimore. Blackbirds with orange vests going to the nation's capital. Dean, Krispy Kremer, facing my boy Josiah Gray. Krispy Kremer, really just a guy. And he's had a rough go this year. Those are the guys I've really been going after, guys we're not crazy about. Sierra up near 5, last 138 innings. This is Kramer, 17% walk, too low. Single-digit K- walk, too low. 22 whiff, too low. 88 zone contact, too high. And again, this year, Kramer, rough go, 9.5 ERA, 1.8 whip. Expected ERA north of 10, 3.5 K- walk, 16 barrel, 3.5 home runs per 9. Bring up the Washington team total, please. We like to hit in Washington. Baltimore bullpen's been okay. Lots of fly balls, though, and they've taken some losses. What is it? Is it? Oh, no, team total. Sorry, full game team total. Washington Nationals. Yeah, sorry, right. Team total. Oh, 4 runs. Oh, man, with the juice. Oh, over 4. Let's get that. We definitely want that, 100%. Over 4 runs, smash it, because it's going to take the push, if anything. Yeah, for the dime piece. Love it, Jay Bird. Thanks, man. People noticing, even though we're up a couple of units, I've already dialed down risk. Again, always the best way to do it. You know what it is? Because we're feeling the swing now, right? The The pendulum is swinging, offense and defense, some cold weather rolling in also, right? It wasn't like, oh, ball is juiced, everything, offense up. Someone in the comments had mentioned offense. Yes, offense up, up, up. I also think I don't know if I want to double dip this one. Can we get the Washington F5 price up also, please? Josiah Great this year, 4.3 ERA, 1.44 whip. I know it's not great, but we have seen some of the goodness from him, right? It was really bad to start, really good after that. So sometimes, maybe you do have to do the game log thing. I've always liked Josiah Gray. I do like the fastball. Oh, man. Let's go to the videotape and the algo. I love doing this stuff in real time. Lots of fun. I got them up. Yeah, let's hit this for a dime also. So we're going to double dip Nats. It's correlated, though. Plus money. And remember, if we get them both, if we get one of two, it's a profitable venture. I always like to think in terms of this. Nick Johnson, Luis Garcia, TB. I like that, too. He's on the list. But let's get this F5 Washington. So we have 2 plus money bets on Washington. Okay, 4-run total for the game, flat, willing to take the push. Plus 110 on the F5, hoping to get it. Dean, Krispy Kremer. I'm a little bit worried about the Baltimore offense. They are rocking and rolling, but let's get with my boy Josiah. We're going to have to score to do it, but that's okay. Next up, I got Minnesota and I got Boston. Sonny Gray and Chris Sale. Listen, Sonny Gray is really good. I don't think he's being undersung. Last 137 innings, 2.77 ERA, 111 whip, 620 OPS. Deserved ERA at 3.05. 17% came on his walk, but the 30% CSW. So, he does buckle hitters. Keeping the ball down, 43% ground ball. Suppressing hard contact, 31 hard hit, 5 barrel, 3 blast, 3/4 of a home run per 9. 295 xWOBA, right? All those benchmarks. Sub 300 xWOBA, really what we like. Let's take a quick look at the Boston offense, do a little crisscross applesauce, my kids like to say. They started off pretty good. Disciplinary was looking good. We were looking for the kind of upswing, right? The subsequent production upswing. Hasn't come. Last 7 days, Boston 320 OBP, 25% K, OPS south of 700. Can we get the F5 pricing here? Please. I think we have the edge here. I think the public is still kind of loving this Chris Sale thing. Talk about a rough go. 12 innings, 15 earned runs, 18 hits, 7 walks for the big man. Getting the strikeouts, 19 Ks, but 5 home runs. Expected ERA up near 7. So the strikeout stuff is there. But I've heard people kind of quoting the BABIP as if this is some kind of luck thing. BABIP is not necessarily luck. One of the parts of, right, how do you put this? Right, what a batted ball's outcome probabilistically has part of it is hard hit rates. Chris Sale hard hit rates, 49% hard hit, 13.5 barrel. Like those are not necessarily the types of things where you're looking for regression. I think I've got a player prop here to go up against Sale. He's got some juicy prices for the Twins, which again, I was a little bit surprised with. Sorry, I'm trying to do a balancing act right here. As righty versus lefty. And I think we got 2 names popping off. Let's check out those Carlos Correa total base props, please. Pretty please. Hopefully that little delay was worth it. Me kind of stumbling a bit. Carlos Correa total base props. So the 2 sides of this coin. Chris Sale at home last 2 years. It's a limited sample. 1,500 OPS, 21 ERA at home. 9 home runs per 9. But especially righties, 971 OPS to righties. 2.5 home runs per 9. Carlos Correa. I got plus money, so we're getting it plus 120. Over 1.5 bases for Carlos Correa. Let's drop a dime piece on it, everybody. Again, we're associating percentage unit. 1 unit is 1% of stack. If you're wondering why we're betting decimal points, it's because there are only 100 units. This is a finite business. This is a very unique show and a very unique approach. So we're trying to help new bettors understand what it takes to sustain in high leverage markets where losing is inevitable, right? No matter how hard you work. Man, imagine if hard work equaled wins. We'd be undefeated. Rate, review, and subscribe, if you believe me. Stick your cartoon finger up inside the big man. Call to the pen HQ, trying to, get all those subscriber goals and stuff because that stuff just matters more than it should. Man, imagine losing this show. What a shame that would be. Awful. So I think we got the Correa prop. I also think I want to bring you back the F5. I think I have the Twins also. I want to try and get as much money. I kind of came out wrong. I want to get as many of these plus EVs. No, we could scrap it. It's okay. It's not plus money. If the Twins are plus money, I was going to hit it. I don't want to pay any juice for it because Boston offense has, like I said, they're slowed down a touch, but they are still taking their walks. They are still making contact. They are still barreling the ball. So though I think we have the edge, we could get good sale because remember the strikeouts are there. I think Buxton is also rang on my player sheet. All right, next up, the Rangers and Nate Eovaldi going to Kansas City to meet the Royals with Cheese and Brad Keller. Last 125 innings from Eovaldi, 4.2 ERA, 1.27 WHIP, 770 OPS. Yeah, he gets hit kind of hard when he gets hit. 3.5 Sierra, 4.5 walk. There's some good stuff here. 63 for a strike, 47 ground ball. The things we like I said, the misses, though. The downside of the Eovaldi profile of the misses, 45 hard hit, 9.5 barrel, is the 1.6 home runs per 9. Right, so that's the major issue. Flip side, Brad Keller, who has been like a habitually like just a guy. This year, I'm like start doing like the breakout thing. Not sure if I'm buying it. Let's check it out. So, Brad Keller last 157 innings, 4.77 ERA, 1.46 WHIP. Kind of what we'd expect, right? He walks guys, 10% walk, 90% zone contact. He does keep the ball down, but if you're going to get smashed that hard all the time, it's going to find holes, right? This year, though, it's been like a revelation. 17 innings, 2.12 ERA, 1.12 WHIP, 4 earned runs, 16 strikeouts from Keller through 17. What's going on here? Sierra at 4.4, stuff plus below average. Walk rate still at 11.5. You can see him like starting to get that. I don't know if I'm buying this. Single-digit swinging strike. In-zone contact rate down at 86, which for him, is low, right? The hard disparity in hard hit rate. Sometimes you get these funny disparities. So on Fangraphs, it's 16%. On Savant, it's 46. Savant's a raw metrics, means he's keeping it down. Barrel at 7, half a home run per 9. I mean, you can see how this really could go wrong. Let's look at the offenses. Texas really hitting righties well. 337 expected WOBA against righties on the season. So I think if anyone's going to get him, this is the exposure right here. Texas on the year, only 22K, only 10 swing and strike, right? So Keller's not fooling anybody. 28 O swing as a team. This is the Rangers, very good. 87 zone contact. So they match up well in this arena. Like I said, they have some lift, and the X-WOBA against righties, the split is very strong. If Keller's going to get blown up, I think today's the day. So I think the Rangers win this one. I'm sure, is it juiced up? I'm sure it is juiced up. I actually didn't get this one. I just assumed it was. Texas is juiced up, of course. I couldn't get to the run line on this one. You know what? Maybe we can. Let's check out the bullpens really quick. All right, let's do it. A full game run line price on the Rangers. So I got two angles here to put it together. One, the Royals offense, kind of trashy, 202 team BA, 590 OPS on the season. Zoom in last 7, 291 OBP, 38 O swing, 281 team WOBA. So we're going to take the plus 130 here, run line, full game run line, put a dime on it. Cover the 1.5 on the Rangers. This one ends up in the bullpen, so please be patient. Rangers on the season, 2.98 ERA, 1.11 WHIP, 5 barrel, 0.3 home runs per 9, a single loss. Kansas City, 5.56 ERA, 1.5 WHIP, 11 walk, 44 fly ball, 40 hard hit, 13.5 barrel, almost 2 home runs per 9. Rangers get it done today. Late. Okay, so. Fire. Nasty Nate didn't do it first. Nasty Nate barreled. Man, that's another one. I hope people are tracking this stuff. And if you're ever sour on total base props, first of all, that's why we always try and get those plus 120, plus 130. But, man, we're getting barrels, and we're ending up on the Wooded Dong site. So, you have Nate Lowe. He barreled. I think it was a home run, whatever, even if it was 1 or 2 or 3 stadiums. Man, if that could have been a double in the gap. So, like the handicap is not bad. Not to make excuses. But, again, we're hunting batted ball quality, right? Yeah, we want the double. And we cash the money when it's like an inside-out bloopity bloop. But we want to get up there. We want our cap to be solid, right? We want to hit the ball hard. So, Nate crime. Loving it, Fire. All right, so Texas to cover it up. Let's move it on. I got to hurry up, right? It's the Snakes with shapes in their back. Drake Jameson going to St. Louis under the beautiful arch against Jay Montgomery. Man, the Yankees probably wish they had him right now. Drake Jameson so far, it's been brilliant. 37 innings so far, 1.47 ERA, 109 whip, 630 OPS, looking strong. PFIP at 313. That's Alex Chamberlain's new metric. I've been using that. You get with his leaderboard for free on Twitter. 30 whiff, 81 zone contact. Chase rate not really there, but he's winning in the zone, keeping the ball down 50% of the time. You know, we love that. He has given up some hard contact, but again, it's all on the ground. So I do like Drake Jameson here. Obviously, the problem is the St. Louis offense. I just can't stomach going up against them. They're just, they're really good. Yeah, me too. I do think I lean D-backs here also. I just having trouble getting going up against St. Louis. 270 team average, top 5, 342 TPM, and everything. And it's the strikeout stuff, top of my drives, number 1 hard hit via Fangraphs. 337 xWOBA versus righties, 340 versus lefties. So it's that balance, right? The professional hitters that you got. Zoom in last 744 OPS, top 8, 10% barrel, top 5, 87 zone contact. So St. Louis kind of always doing the thing. I do like the pricing on it, though. Algo time. Algo check. All right, maybe I'm going to flip-flop here. Let's get these. And this is why responsible betting is so cool. That you can get exposure to these things. Okay, I'm going to show you what I like here. I think this might be the first one we got this year. I went to half run with Arizona. Oh, man, they're $40. I got to do quick math. Oh, I'm stupid. Nah, fold it. Fold it and take the money line. Sorry, everybody. Quick math. Just too expensive. I didn't see how fat that 135 was. I read the board wrong. I'm stupid and blind. So Arizona F5. I do like this one. J-Mont's been good, but I think it's coming for him. The fastball is just really not any good. CSW too low for J-Mont. And he's getting hit hard, 45% hard hit rate. 9.5 barrel against Montgomery. He's just living on a 283 BABIP right now. The indicator's good. Don't be wrong. I don't think Arizona is going to crush him. But Arizona has been very good against lefties. Big time split there. 305 to 323. Right, righty, lefty, strong side, lefty. So let's tempt fate there. I love the 140. Right, I think that's how you make money. Yeah, this chat is sharp as heck, man. Fire Sports, all the people in here, Nick, all you guys in here. I really appreciate all you guys. We've even had getting guest appearances from major actual handicapping gurus, which is really, really cool. So I'm appreciating the community that we're kind of building here, right? Like a sharp, it's a thinking game. So let's move it up, or we're just not going to get to the end of this. All right, Toronto and the Bluebirds, Chris Bassett, and Houston, Jose Urquidy. The only thing I had here, I got stung on my parlay going after Gaussman. He got just obliterated. I'm worried about Bassett. I do think the regression game's coming, but now that Houston's getting off the mat, my gut was to leave this one alone. The thing I couldn't leave alone was Jose Urquidy really struggling with the fastball, the righties. Just really bad. Bring up these Toronto base props. Check out my man Matt Chapman. I can't believe these are still getting posted at plus money. If it's plus money, just hit it first. Ask questions last. Guys are just crushing right now. 110. Matt Chapman put a dime on it. Por favore. Yeah, he's just absolutely raking right now. And it's not a split thing. Just killing it. Matt Chapman versus righties this year, 41 PAs, 361 batting average, 667 slug. That's an 1106 OPS, 306 ISO. So 30.5% extra base rate for Chapman. He's just slugging. Oh, right. Yes, look at that. Right on cue. I mentioned, world famous gurus, NBA Props 20 up in the house. What's up, yo? Chapman going to get paid next year. Oh, my gosh. You ain't kidding. Remember, there was a time, and it shows my age a little bit in the baseball analysis sphere, where Olsen and Chapman were neck and neck in Oakland. I'm telling you, I could dig up that spreadsheet. I know I could find if I had to, where they were just neck and neck as far as power, discipline, this and that. Olsen ended up taking the step. Chapman took a bit behind. He's legit good. So let's go with the Chapman total bases and move it up. Next one, we just skip it outright. These games in Coors are insane. Vinny V versus Jose Urena. Goodness gracious! If the is this the first like OU 15 this year? I'm trying to BS as I scan. I can't believe it's at 13 right now. Again, I mean this from the bottom of my heart, people. Stop trying to do pitching analysis in Colorado. It's such a waste. It's an absolute waste. And Fire, right? Great. That's fine. Fire Sports, sharp as they come. I'm on 013 here. Go get it. The problem, but like Nick said, and again, you could really learn something from the chat here. I have to admit, if you end up catching the show during the day, you may want to go through the comments of the YouTube comments here are super sharp because there's some back and forth going on. So Fire Sports correct. When we're betting, we want to be with the trends. All right, don't try and be cute. My model is going to come in under on Coors. We don't bet under. It's in a written plan. If you want to bet Coors, you bet the over. You don't bet on the pitching, but the pitching edge, there is no pitching edge. Yesterday, Wright Hill was awesome, whatever it was. Who cares? Freeland, who was great, got destroyed. You just can't do it. It's not how you bet Colorado. You bet the over, you bet the total base props in altogether, or you bet nothing at all, right? You don't get cute. I very rarely even go for sides. I need the visiting team to have a tremendous pitching edge and plus money. We had Mackenzie Gore early on for an F5 at plus 105, just for an example. But other than that, no thank you. Just whatever. Next up, I know I like this one. It's Cubs and it's Oaktown. The Elephants balancing on beach balls. Oh, come on. Me and my big mouth moving these bets, yo. I mean, we just move bets. Anyway, let's get some love here. It's Marcus Stroman. He's been flat out excellent last 157 innings. 3.22 ERA, 113 whip, 641 OPS, 61 first strike, 53 ground ball, less than a home run per 9. 302 x WOBA. Zooming on in for this year, it's been, just as good. He's been fantastic. One of my favorite best ball picks. 18 innings, 1 whip, 1 ERA. Pretty easy stuff. 20 strikeouts, only 8 walks, no home runs. Woo! Looking really good. CSW up at 29. Not going to get hard. Keep your ball on the ground. Everything you expect. Cubs should win this one going away. Let's get some run line pricing up here, please. So if the F5 is too juiced, which it is, let's switch to the full game. I don't like to go. Again, just rules for me. Doesn't mean you can't win. I don't like to pay 30 cents and have to cover when we could just do this. We got minus 105. We got minus 110. Either way, we're going to bet to win the dime, please. So we're going to bet 11 on this bad boy. For the Cubs to cover it up. So Stroman's been great. Then on the other side, how much yuck could a Waldichuk chuck if a Waldichuk could chuck yuck? And the answer's a hell of a lot. 50 innings, 6.5 ERA, 1.43 whip, 900 OPS. Deserved the ERA north of 6. It's really bad right now. Came in as walk at 12, 24 CSW. Way too many foul balls, way too many fly balls. Way too many barrels. That number's at 11, more than 2 home runs per 9. 350 expected WOBA. The problem is righties with a 988 OPS. Oh, my goodness. Let's get those player props up on the board, please. Waldichuk, who I liked and I think could be good at some point. I don't think now is the time. I think he has to go down. There's a few ones here. Okay, we can get with. How's Dansby Swanson looking? Right now, I'm just kind of looking at lineups. Again, we're going to look at pricing plus lineups. So, Dansby. Okay, can we back it up to Horner? I want to just keep those prices in mind because Horner is a play. Swanson is a play. And I know I posted a Saya as well. Okay, if that's Horner, let's take Swanson. Swanson against lefties. 14 PAs, 462 batting average. That'll play. 962 OPS. 169 WRPC plus. 434 WOBA. It has not come via the extra base hit, but I think that changes today. Swanson, again, back off injury, had a couple of hits, I think so. Let's get going here. I think we covered up, and he's a big part of it. Again, Oakland, stinks. You hate to do this to teams because they're professional athletes, and I respect them and I'm jealous of them, but they stink. Chicago bullpen, the ERA's at 4, but 117 whip, K rate north of 30, walk rate in single digits. That'll play less than a home run per 9. Flip side, Oakland Athletics bullpen, disgusting. So again, if we don't get these run lines, part of my calculus, people, not only do I kick back to the full game because I want the price, I also need the bullpen statistics. We got them. Oakland bullpen, 6 ERA, 1.6 whip, 1.5 K minus walk, 90 zone contact, 8% barrel, 5 losses already. Oakland is an absolute disaster. So let's get that one. Hopefully, Dansby Swanson, a big part of the reason the Cubs mashed their way to a spread cover here, right? All right, next up, got some work to do. Not a lot of time to do it. Spencer Strider, goated, right? Straight goat for the Braves, going to San Diego. Perfect weather to meet Wakey, Eggs, and Blake Snell. Spencer Strider, 148 innings, 2.74 ERA, 1 flat whip, 521 OPS. What is that? What? Model breaker. 38.6 K. Woo! A 30% K minus walk, 32 CSW on the back of 35 whiff, 78 in zone contact, 35 chase rate. Just everything off the page. Everything. Yeah, fly ball. So what? 31 hard hit, half a home run per 9, a 246 X WOBA. 536 max OPS to lefty-righty split. I mean, Spencer Strider is just ridiculously good. Blake Snell taking us all on the roller coaster. Lots of good, lots of bad. What are you getting this year? Lots of bad. 13 innings pitched, 7 ERA, 215 whip, wide, 10 walks, 18 hits, 10 earned runs through those 13 innings. 16 Ks, good for a 7 expected ERA, 5 Sierra, 9% K minus walk, not going to play. Tons of hard hit balls, 10% barrel, 2 home run per 9. Really, really ugly. I didn't actually get to the Braves lefty mashers, but I guess like Austin Riley's a killer today, and Acuna are probably a killer today. I have the F5 run line. Can we bring that up, please? Very few times do I look for the cover, but I did see plus money next to it. No, Atlanta with the spread cover. Yeah, plus money. Get a dime on it. So as long as you're getting plus money, I would take this one for sure. Again, we don't want to pay Vig to have to spot the run, but we have like the best pitcher in the league, backed with the best offense, going up against a really shaky pitcher. Again, Braves offense, the power basket is just through the roof. Top 5 pull rate, number 1 hard hit, number 3 barrel, 12 barrel, 354 team WOBA. So Braves crushing last 7, 880 OPS, 14 barrel, 380 team WOBA. For you, the model nerds out there, 380 team WOBA. It's like, that implies at least like 5.5 runs. So whatever. I think we cover up the 1 run through 5. And Blake Snell with those Padres. Ticket getting kind of fat today, but lots of mitigated risks, lots of small bets, plus money odds. We're in good spots. It's a big slate. This is how we're going to do it, people. And I feel really confident in this, at least in the process. In this way, when you play in this manner, the losing is sustainable. And I think that's really what it's all about, right? Because baseball is we're betting every single day. If you're like out there betting 10% of your stack, 50% of your stack, some people more than that, right? Recreational bettors are the worst sometimes. I have $100. I made $100. Like, wait, what? And they lose it depositing. You don't want to be in that. We want to get out of that cycle. Break that cycle. Learn to play and bet without real money first. I'm telling you, I can make a pro out of just about anybody if you're willing to put the work in. Next up, it's the Brewers. Colin Rea against Logan Gilbert. This one I really had a hard time. I had a very hard time getting a handle on this one. The algo was just like screaming fair pricing everywhere. I didn't really know anything about Rea, but he's been pretty good. I mean, only got 11 2/3 sample, but he's been good. So I'm not really sure where to go with it, right? 5 2/3, 6 strikeouts, 1 earned. You know, he was good. Only 1 walk. And I tend to like Logan Gilbert. I think his game log, like competition-wise, right, the matchups were crazy hard. He had the Astros and the Blue Jays and the Yankees seemingly every game last year. So I think Gilbert is good. I'm just going to leave this one. I marked this one as a dog fight. If you're unfamiliar, right, we kind of use that around here as like, it's someone that's just too hard to cap. It's your 4-3. It's your 3-2. It's your 4-3 game with just not enough of anything. We're not covering team totals. We don't have any base props that stick out. Everything just looks kind of meh. So sometimes, right, that's the just vanilla to avoid. A couple more games to go. It's the Let's Go Mets Go. Going to Hollywood, always up to no good. Ty Lord McGill going to meet the real GOAT, Clayton Kershaw, McGill. 63 in the third innings from 2022. 4.41 ERA, 1.23 with 7.04 OPS. Really not great, but the earned run indicators are all below 4. Should raise an eyebrow. Stuff plus in the fastball at 103, 16.5 K minus walk, 27 whiff. The O swing is not there, probably his biggest issue because he can win in the zone. The hard hit rate is good, but the misses are bad, right? A lot of times you see that when you see low hard hit rates, but the home run numbers up and the barrel numbers up, that's why when he misses, he's getting cracked. All right, the big problem here is the lefties. 877, but I know I was looking at the Muncie prop. It was through the roof. So if you have any DFS people, I know I've got Dodger lefties were ringing today. But the pricing was not where I want it to be. Because McGill is kind of getting better as the season goes on. 16 innings, 2.25 ERA, 119 whip. 13 Ks and 7 walks in that frame, 2 homers. But the hard hit rate is starting to get suppressed. He's starting to keep the ball down now, too. Ground ball rate up over 43. Kershaw's is at 52. I wouldn't even go to look to touch Kershaw right now. He's so good. And we've even seen like the bad side of him. Like he gave up a home run. I was like, what? Yeah, Nick, I agree. Fire Sports mentions James Outman. He's been struggling, but yeah, he popped also. I had Outman in Muncie, I think. So yeah, I'm with you, Simpatico, me and the crowd. Synced up as always, right? Iron sharpening iron. And I like to think that's part of this, right? People don't come. I'm helping. Hopefully it's entertaining, getting a lot of information, we're learning stuff, and not just the data, but how to apply it and get into these different markets and how to make money, hopefully. But you're taking what I'm saying, volleying back your own input, right? And ending up with different things, and that's what it's all about. Yeah, I like the Muncie home run, but it was like +3. If a home run starts with 3, I'm not taking it right now. So I'm kind of leaving this one. I do have the Dodgers winning, but I couldn't really get there. The numbers weren't there. I'm going to have the Max Muncy home run circled. This next one, I would have had rings for. We're going to have to wait for the lines to come out. Again, these are the double headers. So we're going to look at game 2 of the double headers before we get out of here, before we wrap it up. It's the Guardians, even though I got the Wahoo. Peyton loves a batting field. Up against Erod and the Tigres, 8 Mile, Detroit Rock City, those Tigers. Battlefield is good. The fastball is not, though. Really hard to make determinations on that. The thing is that Tiger offense has just been so bad. I mean, it doesn't get any worse than this. They only have 10 home runs in a year, 208 batting average as a team for the season. 26.5 K, 34 O swing. Just, awful. 49 ground ball as a team. 268 WOBA, 68 WRC plus. It's just bad getting worse. Last 7, 294 OBP, 680 OPS. Just really bad. Sub 300 team WOBA. Right, that's going to imply it's tough how models work because a WOBA will never really imply 0, right? They don't work that way. But 298 WOBA is when you get a team scoring 2 or 3 runs, and it's very hard to win in that way. The thing that popped out for me was Erod really struggling with homers. I got homers lefties. I wonder if I wrote that wrong. So, okay, we can just circle back to that. Let's do Erod this year. 16 innings pitched. 16 hits, 5 walks, whip up at 1.3, ERA 4.5, the Sierra up at 5.4. The fastball not any good, single-digit K minus walk. He just hasn't been good either, suppressing hard hit rates except for the misses, right? So that's kind of been a running theme, and I wonder if that's part of the ball and the grip and the weather, where the misses are just are getting walloped because they're really bad. And right, that explains suppressing contact as far as a macro lens. And not, I thought I had player hits here, but I'm going to be honest. I feel like maybe I botched some of the data. Although, I guess it's possible that there's reverse split stuff. And we would go like Cleveland lefty. I think at this point, just follow me up on Twitter. And I'm going to add to a sheet all day. Remember, it's free. I don't mean to show my own stuff, but it's free. We can only do so much of this stuff. If it is lefty, you're looking at Jimenez, but I'm not worried about it. Again, I generally am not putting loot down on doubleheading on the second leg of a doubleheader, right? Worried about lineups and bullpen stuff as far as line goes, sides, I should say, right? Because part of the calculus would be the bullpen. We don't know how the bullpen is going to get used. Frank asked why we stayed away from Boyd today. It was just because it was game one of the doubleheader. Yeah, I like Boyd. Yeah. But actually, really sharp catch, by the way, Frank B. Also, thanks for sticking along. I'm showing you're paying attention, right? And just because I left off the front games, we're really trying to. There's so much work to do that putting it into the games that get lost on the vine without everyone getting to participate in, it's too much work. That's really been it. There's so much to do and so little time to do it that I've just been getting away from the first games. So that's really the answer. Sorry, I lost a bit of my place there. Back to the doubleheaders. I didn't want to totally cross out. So this one I'm passing. Cleveland Detroit game 2 I'm passing. Check out for like a Jimenez prop later on in the day. I did have something. Let's check this price. So the last game is Philly at White Sox. I'd like to see the Philly team totals. So F5 team totals and the full game 2 total. Frank, we appreciate you, my man. We really do. And that goes to everybody. Again, I can't promise we're going to win ever. And I want to. And I'd lose if I could. I'd lose so you could win. But maybe more importantly, this show reeks of effort. I wanted to, right? I just want everyone to know that when they leave, like I brought the smoke, right? Me and Jay were up early working on this, where I'm putting in, an hour of work for every, 10 minutes of production here. An hour of work for every 8 minutes of production here. Maybe more sometimes because I never stop going. And we try and treat, your time as precious. And, just the way that mine is. I'm ignoring your private message, Jay. You don't count. You're not in this. You're not part of it. You're out. I was a president company excluded. All right, we get to everybody. I'll let you know what happened tomorrow. I don't want to take any L's right now. I got too many on my fat forehead. All right, let's wrap this one up. Can we get the team totals for Philly up against my Paisan Giolito? It's been a tough go. Okay, so team total for the game is 4. How about the first half? Did we have a first half? Do you have those first half team totals? No, I just see team total, but not first half, first inning. Who the hell wants that? All right, let's check on the White Sox bullpen before we do this. I think we might get this 4. I kind of like these. Let's lock that one in. Check. So we're going to go over. This is game 2, everybody. Phillies team total. It's 0-4. I absolutely love these. I can't front. I love these. I love getting plus money on the even number without the hook. I cannot believe that these are out there in this hitting environment in particular. Okay, Gio, bit of a mixed bag. We know that. Not even to attack this year's stats. 6 ERA, 1.67 whip, 22 hits and 3 walks for 15 innings pitched, 2 home runs. It's just as much about the bullpen. Chicago White Sox bullpen, 7.6 ERA, a 2 whip, 14% walk rate, 42 hard hit. They've taken 6 losses already. We're getting 4 runs. I mean, Gio might give it up on his own. Gio's been far from great. He has a 6 ERA this season. He's been far from great. Last 177 innings, this is Lucas Giolito, 5 ERA, 1.45 whip, 800 OPS. Right? People still kind of chasing the narrative, chasing the Cy Young season. Oh, thank you, Nick. But that's okay. Ooh, Jordan, these are the kind of people that we want listening to the show. Jordan, and I believe it might be Muscle. Maybe I'll call you Muscle. Jordan Muscle out there. How about 3.5 minus 130? And now again, I don't have the correct answer, and he's referring to the team total, the 0-4. What I will say is this. 1, I always think anything under 40 cents for a run is worth it. That's kind of like a blanket statement. So the fact that you're at 30 cents for that run, and it's a critical number, right? To get to the 4, where the 4 is a win, I absolutely would pay it if I found that one. So it's a fantastic question, Jordan. Again, we don't want people to tail here. You want to follow my picks, that's great. I absolutely plan on winning. But we want people that are doing this. But what about this? What about this, Johnny? You left the thread. I can't do it all. It's too early. I'm going to be doing this another 5 hours, just this one slate. We wake up in the morning, we do it again for you. Every single day. Call to the Pen HQ. Rate, review, and subscribe with the big man, Jay Bird on the 1s and 2s. The pizza man, Rob Pizzola, brought you a large round. Johnny boy. Stug, what's up, man? Great work as ever. I can't ask you, man, too much. Can I ask you to dabble in pitcher props at all? Or are they too volatile? That's a great question. Okay. I believe let's get into a pitching environment first. Gosh, all the great questions. Why are we not? This is very simple. Why are we not in pitching props? Because we're in a hitting channel, right? It's a bullish hitting environment. It's cold. Pitch counts are not up yet. And I think those are the key to strikeout props. Forget the juice. So once we start getting full loads, warmer weather, we'll work into taking advantage of a lot of times. Again, the reason I have it on the sheet, I got to, for the 100th time promoting my own stuff, but whatever. It's good, right? I'm good at this, I think, at least. Teams have different lineups now, personalities against different handed hitters, pitchers, I should say. And sometimes you could really find true edge with that, similar to the way we identify leadoff hitters sometimes. And that the books are not always on because they just use like the standard stale kind of algos, and then they let bettors kind of dictate. So really, really, really great questions, as always. Right, of course. So yeah, pitching props if things start to turn and we get more workload. And again, right now, it's just more of a hitting environment than anything. So we tacked on that Phillies over. Let's bring up the sheet for the day. Nice robust sheet, a little nice mix of base props and totals and stuff like that. So today, it looks like we got Cincinnati and Nick Lodolo right around even money. We grabbed the minus 105, but that's because we're just a little bit maybe too honest for our own good around here. Right? Most Twitter handicappers are going to post the best price that you can't find, which is a total waste. Right? It's just a total waste. We want to post the lines that the regular person can get, and I will be okay, right, competing with the general market, understanding that even though wins and losses are had in the margins, I'm going to sacrifice those margins in a hope to show people that there is a workaround, that like discipline and method and stuff matters. Okay, that's enough. Washington F5, Josiah Gray. We're going to hope he does it against the Krispy Kremer. I'm a little bit worried about this one because the Baltimore offense is smoking right now. But we also have the Washington team total. I think Kramer gets rocked. So we got correlative bets. They're both plus money. So hopefully, at least if we hit one of two, it's a wash. Next up, Shohei Ohtani against Clark Schmidt. Really struggling against lefties in that ballpark that, really caters to left-handed hitters. Ohtani for plus money, 2 bases. Give it to me all day. Phillies game 2, okay, late game 2 against Giolito. Over 4 runs flat. I love that plus money. Oh, I love that. Love that. That bullpen is just absolute trashola. All right, keep scrolling up for me. Por favor. All right, there it is, Correa. Sorry, you beat me to it. 1.5 total bases plus money against Chris Sale, who's really struggling against righties. He's really struggling in general. Next up, the Rangers and Eovaldi. We think they're going to cover up the Royals and Keller plus 130 to attack that awful bullpen and offense. Arizona F5 and Dre Jameson. Again, I'm a little bit worried about this one, but we're getting the plus 140. I think we have the pitching edge over J-Mont. It's very close. And the Diamondbacks are a much better hitting team against lefties. So hopefully that will be enough to get us at 2-1. That's all we're looking for. Remember, Big John, the king of low expectations. My claim to fame. Set the ball low, baby. Matt Chapman, over 1.5 total bases, plus 110. He's been raking. Urquidy struggling against righties. Atlanta and Spencer Strider with that offense to cover up the F5 half run. And then Swanson, Dansby Swanson. For the Cubs, I can't see anything below that. Plus money, thank you, sir. And the Cubs to cover up the full game run line, 1.5, all that stuff. The Dansby at plus 117. The Cubs run line minus 110. So nice thick ticket there. And again, what did we learn? Best lesson. Big nose, big zoom before we get out of here. More bets doesn't mean more risk necessarily, right? If you determine that your correct amount every night is $10, you could still bet on 100 things. You divide, right? Just because I have 10 bets today doesn't mean I'm in 5 bets yesterday. Doesn't mean we're betting twice as much. Usually we're betting the same exact amount. And we want more bets at plus money because we're exposing ourselves to a higher probabilistic gain, right? More plus EV spots with lower risk to make every day. I try and look at every day separately. Let's get every day a small winning venture. Every once in a while you have a big winning venture. You avoid the big losses, and hopefully, we're all really happy at the end of the day. That will do it, everyone. Call to the Pen HQ. Redheaded stepchild of Hammer Betting Network. We appreciate you, Nikki J. Make sure you check out Rob P. putting for his life in the World Putting League. Thursday morning, 10 a.m., live on the Hammer Betting Network. And that will do it from us. Thanks for picking up so much what we're putting down. I really do appreciate it. We're working our arse off just for you. get up in the comments. Let me know how we're doing. Tag Rob P. Rate, review, and subscribe. All that good stuff. Betstamp.app/call to the pen. And remember, enjoy the games. Enjoy your day. When we're done with the book, enjoy that pay. And when you work this hard, it feels a lot less like luck, yo. Peace out.